2, 1, dive, dive, dive! Oh, we have some collisions over on the blue lights. The Nightmares took out, the Purple Phenoms, I think, actually took out the Nightmares, and the Nightmares spun around. In the meantime, Leviathan is going haywire, scoring on the Red Lions. They've already scored a specimen and 2 samples. It looks like they missed their 3rd sample. And in the meantime, the Supergirls have parked.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, we got 3 robots in motion. 4 robots in motion. Nightmares take off and they score in the high basket right away. They're moving. Looks like Supergirls are going to try to score a specimen, and they do. The Purple Phenoms, not sure what they're doing, but it'll take them a while to get things figured out because they don't have mentor team, and that's what happens. This is why you don't let mentors drive robots. In the meantime, the Nightmares are on their way over here with the samples in the high basket. It looks like the Supergirls are going after their own specimens. In the meantime, Leviathan scoring on this high goals over the high basket over on the red lines. Nightmare scored in the high basket. They're going after a blue sample to score in the. Oh, they dropped it. They have a nice. That's what inside the robot. That could be really dangerous because then it becomes a controlling issue, and they have a nice mechanism for jump things. So Nightmare is doing quite well, scoring in this high basket over here. The Purple Phenoms, in the meantime, looks like maybe they're high centered on the sample. Not sure what's going on with them. They seem to have a sample stuck inside the robot. And they seem to be going after the referees. I think they're taking out their anger when the referees these days. Alright, we got scoring. Looks like the Supergirls are going to try to score one more specimen before time's up. They get that score. Nicely done by the Supergirls. And then we've got Leviathan and the Nightmares just going head-to-head against each other, trying to score samples in the top baskets. They're doing quite well. They're going to get some parts here. Oh! All right, let's see if that one actually scores. 2, 1, dive, dive, dive! All right, we got 2 robots in motion. Leviathan scored a specimen, that first shot. They're going after a sample, see if they can get that in the high basket. And they do, it's in the high basket. They're going after a second sample. And they're going to put that one in the high basket, but it gets knocked off, so it's out of play, it's out of the field. Doesn't count. They're going for that 3rd specimen. High basket, and they get that one, so very nicely done. They're going to go over and they're going to park. So they get 3 points for parking.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, we got 2 robots in motion. 3 robots. All 4 of our robots are in motion now. Hopefully, System 32 is everything okay. There's a lot of noise coming off that. Alright, Supergirls scored their first specimen on the red bar over here. They're moving right along. They're going to try to grab some more red specimens, I think, and get them into the human player zone. They got one. In the meantime, Leviathan is just going after the high basket. Supergirls going after a specimen. Looks like Oopsie Daisy's trying to pick up a sample over there and score. They've got scored a couple in the high basket. In the meantime, Leviathan is going after the high basket. They scored 6 or 7 up there, it looks like. System 32, they may be having some issues, I'm sure. They're trying to get things worked out. Looks like maybe they're going to go after some of the blue stuff, I'm sure. We'll see what's going on with Oopsie Daisy. Looks like they may be having some issues with that arm, not sure. In the meantime, Supergirl is going to go after the sample there on the Red Alliance, see if they can grab that and score that specimen. That'd be great for them. The team, let's take 10 points for the team. Supergirl's going to score the specimen. They got it on there, and they scored. In the meantime, Leviathan going after scores on the top basket, high basket over on the blue alliance. Their alliance partner trying to figure out how they can help out. We are in game right now. There's 8 seconds left. Looks like robots are going to get ready to park here. All right, we got 2 robots off the field, but off the ground. 3, 2, 1, dive, dive, dive! All right, we've got 2 robots in motion on the blue alliance. Looks like Peacock tossed their sample out of the way. They didn't really want to score the first one. They got the second one though. Looks like Leviathan may have missed their specimen. Mousepit got their first specimen, but they missed the second one. They're trying to get this marked out. They didn't quite get it on that one. Looks like Peacock is going to go for their third sample. They get that one. And Leviathan, they managed to get 1 specimen
Drivers,
scored.
pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, we have Mousepit over here grabbing a specimen, trying to get scored. They're going to grab it. They get it off the wall. They're good. They're going to go score that specimen on the bar. In the meantime, it looks like Peacock is trying to steal some samples over on the Red Alliance. And Murphy's Law did get moving here, so it's good to have all 4 robots in motion. Peacock and Leviathan working together there with one partner going after the specimens and one going after the samples. We got the same thing on the Red Alliance. It looks like the Red Alliance Mousepit is going to go after the specimens, while their alliance partner Murphy's Law is going after the low basket samples. They score one in there, good shot. Mousepit's going after another sample. In the meantime, Leviathan's got 5 samples scored over on the Blue Alliance. Peacock just dropped one of their samples, just missed the basket there. Everybody's working together nicely to score points on this match here. Murphy's Law going looking for another sample to go after on this side. They find one, but at the same time, it looks like Leviathan scored another sample, or specimen, on the high ball, and there goes another one for Leviathan on the high ball. They're moving right along. Mousepit grabbing another specimen on the high bar. This could be the most specimens I've seen in any match in Oklahoma scored on high bars. This is a really high scoring match for the specimens. It's like Peacock is going to get another high score on the high basket. Oh, you hear all that chipping, that yelling, no, 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 no. That's because this is in game, and you do not want to be in your opponent's climbing zone during this period. Otherwise, you'll give them a level 3 climb, which is worth a lot of points. All right, Peacock and Mousepit going together to climb. They're both off. What a climb. That's what I think they're finished. In 3, 2, 1, dive, dive, dive! Oh, we got Leviathan missed their specimen on that one, unfortunately. They're going after and trying to put another one in to the scoring zone, to the human player zone. Looks like Nightmares are going after their second high sample. In the meantime, Leviathan did get their specimen on the bar. They picked up the third specimen and they scored that one. They're parked. We'll see what Nightmares do. Oh, they got the third one up. That could be a really good auto score.
3, 2, 1.
All right, we got 2 robots on the Blue Alliance in motion. Got 2 on the Red Alliance in motion. Leviathan making very quick work of those samples, blue samples, and getting ready to start scoring specimens. In the meantime, System 32 scored in the medium, or on the low basket. They're going to pick up some more. Renegades picking up trying to get some samples into the observation zone so that they can score some specimens. Looks like Nightmares zipping through and picking up lots and lots of scores in that high basket. Leviathan's up to 3 specimens on the bar. I think the last time they had 8 or so. So let's see if we can match what they did last time. All right, Nightmares in the high basket. We've got Renegades trying to score another specimen on the high bar. They grabbed one from the human player. They're headed over to score. They should be able to make the motion in. Leviathan trying to score another specimen on the high bar. They got 2, 4, 6 is what I'm seeing. They're grabbing one from the submersible there so they can take it over to the human player. They'll probably grab a couple of those. In the meantime, the Nightmares are just moving right along, scoring in that high basket. They have got the drive team coordination really worked out nicely on the Nightmares team. All right, 20 seconds left. Zipping through, trying to get the last points that they're going to score. Leviathan's going to go for assessment. The drive over, they're trying to score. See if they can get flying. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that may be a new state record right there. 3, 2, 1, dive, dive, dive! All right, we got 3 robots in motion. Mousepit and Leviathan both scoring specimens. Mousepit's going to grab another specimen and push it into the observation zone. And they're grabbing another specimen to score. In the meantime, Leviathan has scored a high basket sample, and they've gotten a second high basket sample. They're going for a third one. They just missed that one. And it looks like Mousepit just missed their last sample or specimen.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, we have robots in motion. Looks like Leviathan is off and ready to score. Mousepit grabbing another sample, red sample, so that they can make some specimens with that. They're getting their act together, ready to score specimens. They had a really nice scoring round where they got a bunch of specimens, so they're going to go try to reproduce that. Looks like Renegades are going to go after specimens as well. They're getting them into the observation area, so they'll have lots to score. Leviathan's arm seems to be having some challenges there. They are getting it under control though. The purple peacocks have scored 2 special samples into a low basket. They're going for a third one. They dropped it, but now they're going to go for pick up another one, see if they can get another one in that low basket. Leviathan is filling up this basket, high basket over here. I'm not even able to keep up with what they're doing. Mousepit has done a nice job of scoring specimens. They've got 2 in the high basket. They seem to have abandoned the specimen scoring, maybe. I'm sure, no? We're going after them. Alright, we got Mousepit having some problems with the robot. We're trying to get that straightened out. In the meantime, Leviathan is scoring in that high basket. They've got 132 points thrown right now on the Blue Alliance. Renegades going after a third specimen. They've got it off the wall. They're going to go and try to score that thing. That's worth 20 points, so it's a pretty good scoring opportunity for the team. If they get that on there, it's kind of precarious to balance. Oh, they get it. They do score that. Congratulations. In the meantime, Leviathan continues to score in that high basket. And we have teams that are getting ready to score or climb. We got climbing going on here. Leviathan's off the ground. Renegades is 3, 2, 1, dive, dive, dive! Oh, 4 robots in motion. Leviathan just missing their specimen on that one. We've got Project Peacock. It looks like they may have missed their specimen. Their line partner Nightmares got the high score in the high sample in the top bucket, and then they missed the second one. They're going after the third one. Leviathan, in the meantime, has scored 2 samples in the high basket. Oh, Nightmares just barely eking in with that second one in the high basket.
2, 1.
All right, we should be pretty close to tie on this one. 35-38 looks like. Looks like Peacock and Nightmares working together. Peacock going after the specimens, while Nightmares are going after the samples. Leviathan going after the high basket. They're going after samples. This is going to be a race, folks. The 3 top robots in the state on the field right now. Looks like Nightmares going after a sample. Peacock going after a second, third specimen. They scored that third specimen. In the meantime, Nightmares are going after these samples in the high basket. Leviathan going after samples in the high basket. Looks like their life partner trying to very quickly get in there and sneak in, and Leviathan was away, so it's not to interrupt them. We got Nightmares going up. They're scoring another one in the high basket. Peacock going after another specimen. They got 3 up there. This big 4 up on the high bar for them. We're going for the next one. Looks like Nightmares. Going to go for another high basket score. Peacock gets another specimen in the high. Leviathan is pulling up their basket over there. We got a lot of activity going on in this match. Peacock helping out in the high basket. They're taking the yellow one, so there's the sample that is in the base. And then after that, looks like Nightmares and Peacock are now going to go score in the high basket. If they can keep that synchronized, then that would work out really nicely for them. Looks like Peacock's gotten a little bit ahead of the Nightmares. We've got 13 seconds left on the clock. Nightmares. Peacock's going to get ready to climb. They're in the climb position. They're climbing. Leviathan's climbing. Nightmares are climbing. Oh!